If you are a little bit in a transition phase at the moment and don't really know what the ideal job could be for you, well, that's a big question. So let me help you out. This is the second part of this series. My name is Leandra. I'm a human design specialist and I work in the holistic health field. I'm also into numerology, astrology. So if you want more personal guidance, check out all the links that are in the box below. Yeah, let's dive into part 2 of this, and we will look today through the lens of human design, and to be specific, through the lens of profile, through your ideal job. And whereas I cannot tell you obviously which job would be right for you, because that is something that you ideally figure out through your so-called strategy and authority, meaning trusting your own inner decision-making process, I can maybe give you a little bit of a clue or some hints on what could be in alignment, and hopefully empower you to see what's already within you. And if you have not watched the first part of this, this is all about type. This is where you want to start. So go back and check part 1. So let's get started. We look at profile today, and a profile is the 2 numbers that you see in your chart. So it could say something like a 1-3 or 4-6 or whatever the case may be. There are 12 different profiles, and each profile basically shows our character, or shows the way that we learn and the things that are important for us, and it shows a little bit more about our character. And therefore it can obviously also give us a clue and a hint on what we're meant to do or work in this lifetime, and help us find what's in alignment. And I will go through all of the different profile numbers now, and therefore you can see and check what resonates with you. So if you have a 1 in your profile somewhere, then you are drawn to investigation. You like things that are fact-based, you like to go in the depth of things, and maybe also be more into the scientific world, meaning you want numbers, you want facts, you want all the data. So something like a doctor, or like a data analyst, or something in terms of numbers, maybe marketing could be great for you. Anything where there's a lot of resources about how to go deep or how to investigate, and really having the foundation. The 1 doesn't really like the woo-woo things. The 1 wants to have a solid baseline, basically, or wants to be an investigator. So anything where you can accumulate a lot of knowledge could be very beneficial for you in terms of a job. If you have a 2 in your profile, you are a natural learner, you are a natural talent. Also, it is very drawn towards natural things, authenticity. So maybe somewhere where you can spend a great deal in nature, or where you can be connected to natural materials maybe. Maybe you also are very much in the creative space, maybe in terms of music or anything of that nature, where you connect yourself with the things that naturally come to you. And sometimes these are things like artistic things, or things like drawing, painting, reading, gardening, specifically, as I said, connected with natural things. Also, the 2 is drawn towards everything that is authentic. So authenticity, authentic people. So it's a little bit more of a shy, a little bit more of a coy energy maybe. So being somewhere in nature, being outside, being in the arts, being with people who resonate with you could all be a great hint on which kind of space is great for you in terms of your work. If you are a 3, or if you have a 3 in your profile, you are a learner that needs to be doing things, learning by trial and error, which means that you're maybe not too much the type, depending on your profile combination, that likes to go to university and sit long hours somewhere and study. You are the person that needs to do actually the things, and that come into practical action with the things in order to understand them. So you want to be a hands-on person. Maybe you're a handyman or woman, or maybe you're a tradie, or maybe you work with people directly. It's a very extroverted energy that also likes to be with other people and exchange with other people. I'm a 3 myself, and I can definitely say that university has never been really my passion, and I always learned the things as I was like hands-on doing them. So I actually studied photography, but the biggest part about that is when I actually came to photography myself, or did the photos, and then I was modeling for some time. So I like to work with like creativity, or like to work with my body. So that felt really good for me, being like full on, action on. So if you don't feel drawn to maybe study as a 3 line, that is perfectly in alignment with you. So you want to see that you are in a maybe work where it includes other people, and where you can be hands-on and do the things, and don't be afraid to experiment also a little bit. And maybe you don't find your dream job immediately, maybe you need a few trials and errors here as well, and that is okay as well. If you have a 4 in your profile, you are a networker, which means you might want to go into marketing, or you might go into network building or social media marketing, anything like that. Or you want to work with groups of people that you already know, meaning maybe making a women's circle or building a close community where you're working. It is all about your closest networks. This is where your work can flourish the best, or where you can flourish the best, and you will be able to share your skills the most. What we often see, as I said before, is that people here work really with networking, or work in smaller kind of associations where you know everyone in the team and where you can have this solid foundation. So teamwork is great. Maybe also could be a yoga studio where you know everyone, or could be a startup where you're working, where you have like close connection to everyone. Everything that feels very familiar to you, and you need people. So wanting and needing people around you in your workspace is going to be super important for you, especially connections that feel good about you. With a 5 in your profile, you are here to offer solutions to people. So being a problem solver, also maybe for people that you don't know yet. So you might be a coach on a bigger scale, also working with people you've never seen before. You might be a public speaker. You might work in a bigger company and having to deal with a lot of people that you maybe haven't known yet. So you want to work on a bigger scale for people. Often people with a 5 line are also in publicity in some sort of form, so maybe are famous for something, or maybe a celebrity in some sort of form. So the 5 is really here to be in the public eye, either in a small scale or in a big scale, or be and work in bigger corporations or associations to bringing practical solutions to the people. It can also mean that you're bringing something very new into the world which hasn't been seen yet. So something that is very new and inspiring to other people. And yeah, that's the 5. If you are a 6 or have a 6 in your profile, you might be one of the more spiritual, tapped in people, and sometimes a little bit aloof. I do know the 6 energy really well. I have a lot of 6 lines in my chart. So with the 6, you are actually a role model personality. So either you are in the public eye, maybe on YouTube, or you might be some other sort of maybe coach or something like this. However, with the 6, it is less like the 5 telling or helping others, more like a teacher or something. The 6 is a little bit more of the role model energy, so going ahead and living by example, and therefore showing others what's possible. And that can obviously turn out in many different ways, or can show up in many different jobs as well. A lot of 6 lines I see are interested in spirituality, so are maybe in their yoga space or personal development world, and obviously that resonates with myself as well, or are some sort of like a teacher or a guide in that sense. But less like the 5, as I said, less like bringing the practical solution, but more in a very tapped in, intuitive way, in a very wise way. So the 6 is the wisest of all the energies, and therefore can lead as a great example for other people. But obviously that doesn't mean that you cannot take any other job that resonates. And as I said in the beginning, always come back to what feels correct for you, what feels right for you. But that's basically the energy of the 6, going ahead, being the person that opens maybe new perspectives or opens new doors, not by telling other people, but by living it or by going the path first. So yeah, that's a short introduction through all the profiles, and let me know if that resonates, and if you need more personal guidance, then I'm super happy to do a reading with you where we tap into all of your gifts and see what else we can see in terms of job, relationships, whatever the case may be for you. And yeah, if you like this video, leave me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I am so happy to see you the next time. Bye for now.